Well, hello people of YouTube and internet, it is I, Simplified. In the day, with open window, but you cannot see nothing because too bright, enough lighting here, not much to see there. And also without my main lights, only my little lamp for reading and such other stuff. So there's the chance my face will be pretty dark. Actually, I think it's pretty fine, I mean, better than my webcam. So, back with another comics freaking episode. If you don't know, I make a webtoon about Croki, the alligator from Loki, who is Loki, but he's an alligator, but we call him Croki because sounds better than Loki. Okay, so it's a series I created in I don't remember the year and didn't upload nothing for months. Like that month there already was 2021, but I think it's still a month because of the year, full time year. Yeah, it's people. Some people could think I did give up on these comics. No, because mostly whenever I want to make these comics, I usually see it just one of my other art projects. Like like I don't just make smash character from memory. I like sometimes mix up my content a little bit and create one of those contents which can get a little bit delayed or not work on. So after a long time, decide to create another episode. Maybe we'll create another one after another long time. For that, I just watch it and enjoy it. Go! So this video will be pretty long because again, as I go with my Croki episode, they become longer and longer and longer. Like the first episode was just 3 images, while this one already 8 and plus 9, 7 and plus my bonus page. So the last one also was 2 episodes, 2 pages and plus that stuff. But let's say I do evolve a little bit, like I noticed some evolution in there. Because first of all it was just the whole page with Croki, then I decided to shrink the image to put 2 story points in one page, and then here I decided to create something like a comics box because I don't know, I consider it would look nice. Also I just evolving with my making comics. Do not say I'm evolving with my art style because my art style is pretty much the same. Like my typical art style, nothing new. Well, I guess I start creating something like a neck lines which go on the body and then muscle texture. But I remember I saw in one cartoon amazing way to draw muscles, but I don't exactly remember it. Also here I would say I learned a nice way to move the mouth. Again, mostly whenever I make the comics it's simple. One image, the other image. Just change a little bit. Because I consider it to be like a really nice way to make images. But of course there will be lots of those mini mistakes, like whenever I create the movements, the lines will get a little bit bendy or sadly connect. But for coloring, I think I was doing pretty fine with coloring. Of course, maybe I could see a minus while I was shrinking the image. Because as I was making first, I was making the drawing and then copying it and putting in the comics page, because comics page require the perfect size. Because it's webtoon. And I would say whenever the image is shrinking, it can get a little bit different. Because again, pixels. And for that stuff, sorry for that if it's not good in the shrinking format. I looked at it and it was not the best, but I still make it. So for the plot, I think it's one of those plots which I want to make for a couple of times, because again when I start thinking about I'm not making enough Croki episodes, then I decide to let's make another Croki episode, then start thinking about what I can make in there. Like because the Croki comics storylines is not exactly linear, so they exact. You could see his past, you could see his future, so there's like the moments not by after another one. Now this is Alligator, which is basically in the universe of Croki the ice giants. And the joke will be the attacking the Asgards. I think in the movie they will be more peaceful because I think it was a peace, well not exactly peace treaty, they were okay, now I have to rewatch Thor to be fair because I don't exactly remember what happened there. And Avengers movie comes so long ago, like I remember some parts but not exactly full plot. They were attacking Ice Giant, but then Thor got punished, so I guess I attacked Ice Giant for no reason, and cruel and that stuff. But mostly, yeah, I would say that like I was like constantly, maybe in childhood and that stuff, so it will be a little bit different from the main story plot. And the joke we play that he got hit by arrow and that's in pain. Simple jokes, well to be fair, I think every of my jokes are pretty simplified. Now, The reason why I decided to make comics boxes because I saw one of other webtoons where characters didn't have much details, but they look a bit more nicer than my characters. So, first of all, I get it's a bit more skill, and the fact that characters look pretty much the same in every way, and that plus simplified and it's not art style, so it's acceptable. And also, I like the idea of those comics boxes because lots of white spaces, lots of. First of all, it will require me to draw less characters because I think in the first one I was paying attention to every details of Loki with minus and pluses to make pretty similar to original. I gave up on this idea because if I'm gonna make comics like this, it would bloody require me to focus and have a reference drawing cut on. So I decided to decide on one way I will draw characters and then stick to it. So yeah, kinda like this. I'll start drawing colors for other characters, and this is the guy from Warriors of Priap. Let's forget his name always. I think I called him Force Dral. It's Fort Dral, but I call him Force Dral. So for idea for his animal, I decided to go fox. Well, kind of look like a wolf or coyote, but I decided it's a fox. Although, man, I think fox is in the same family as wolves. Well, like almost in the same, like I guess different, but pretty much the same. And plus also, lots of those creatures usually look alike, like. And actually, it's a nice scientific fact I see a lot. Okay, like there's a guy who make this. Okay, there's Subnautica, and there's a guy who work on Subnautica, make a comics about how alien species would evolve. With creatures pretty much look the same, but different because to adapt to evolution and that stuff. And he paying us attention to how some animals look pretty much the same, like the bear, the dogs, the foxes, and other stuff look have the same pretty much the face. But he also make the birds, but birds together stuff. And also the seals, when I forget about the seals, they also look pretty much like the dogs. Well, type of, well, not exactly the dogs, because again, dogs also look like a dogs, and there's maybe other dogs, but okay, I think it's kind of useless for. Now, I think in the movie, I still not sure to pronounce his name right, let's say Podral, Ogdral. It's freaking character which I pretty much don't remember, but who have nice actual look, like I like the way he look, but his other personality it's not really memorable. I also think he appeared in What If with 4 of the party got. But yeah, for the clothes I decided to. Okay, first of all, in the reference which I didn't understand nothing about his clothes. Like, there was tons of details and I would never be able to do it. So I decided to give him the black jacket, little green on the front of his pelvis, little metallic gloves, or simple gloves, this going up here, and bunch of metallic parts here and here, with lines. Again, trying to keep my design simplified, because again, if the character appears once more, so I would be able to draw it, because again, if the character has so much details, I can easily like get super confused in those details. So trying to keep it somewhat simplified. So yeah. Also man, I was thinking about continuity, because there's like, okay, first of all, I think it's right off to say when I will start drawing characters who have this continuity. But okay, I will actually start it right now, because mostly in this batch I will be only this comic page, because for now it's the only comics page which exists for now, and for now I only have comment on this stuff. But okay, we'll say this, while drawing the lines of the clouds I was drawing with white lines in the line of segment, which was deleting a little bit of the black lines, so when I was putting the cloud inside, the black lines would get deleted. I think I would stop doing that after some pages, then just start doing that with them. Now here, okay, here for some reason I decided to reduce Fox Run. But because of the bow, his arm would get a little bit sliced, so I was removing the bow and doing that stuff. But then decided to draw him looking straight at you, and thinking about how he look when looking straight at you, and I decided on this thing. But I would say that his inside look is not exactly the best look for character, because his face is super weird, especially when he's opened his eyes in my normal art style. Like, his eyes is freaking looking weird. Because man, I'm looking kinda weird. But you know what? I already found out one fact that I can easily record while without my main lights. Like I figured out it can be possible, so I actually can even record while it's dark in my room, so it's even it's a night. so I can record at night, because my camera is freaking good at picking my face at night. Well, with not exactly the night, but with a small light source. When I look at my face, I think it's pretty dark. Well, of course it's darkened because here for the shadow on my face getting freaking like two-faced or masked or that stuff. But I think it's pretty fine, although maybe it's too bright a little bit. Maybe I should close my video a little bit. But okay, for that stuff, decide to get the position of his leg crossing the leg, which I would say I did nicely. But that would be the problem that I start drawing legs which is not crossed and they stayed still. One leg will be smaller than other legs. But I think I would cut them in that way, which will be noticeable if you notice. Now, while talking about the comics panel, I think did I make it or not? I would say I think it would be a nice idea to create the white boxes with every page, because first of all, whenever it's on top or on the bottom, I just create this line, but then start drawing the next comics in the same line and the same top and bottom, so they like connect together in the next episode, or in the next page, because in webtools like there's page up one another and there's no separation between the pages. So it will be a lesson for the future. Better create white boxes constantly. Well, not for the white box, with the white space. I would say, well, actually, I bloody like the idea of white boxes. I think I already commented on this, so there's no much to say here. Now for the plot, I decided to give Foster on the bow because he was shooting those alligators. But I would say in the movie he's not much of the air shooter. It'd be funny if he actually is. I think in the movie he mostly uses blades and double blades. I think I saw that. The axe guy, well, yeah, I think it's not his exact main weapon, but there also will be jokes located on this segment of the comics. And to be fair, right now you will not see me putting any finished versions of drawings, because again I want you to go watch it on webtoons. I will put the link down there, go watch the episode, see how it turned out. Again, while it turned out, I would say, again, because I was shrinking, maybe the image got a little bit, well, not bad. I would say the paint of the layers get a little bit of the boundary, because the lines become thin. And also, with some characters I understand, like, oh man, what's the origin names I give here? Progin. Yeah, Progin. Actually, I never named Progin. Well, his name is Progin. Because he's a frog and he is pretty small species, I was tricking him, and again he obviously would get thin lines and pixelated. So with him I understand it will be the truth of him being. And now I'm drawing the young Croki from the back with alligator tail. For some reason I was thinking about how I should do his tail, because first of all, I think in the whole series I never show his tail. But he still have a tail, but I would say it would be one of those reasons which appear whenever there's a reason for it to appear. Like for a kid version, I would say there is a tail. Mostly for adult version, I would say it's hidden behind the cape. Well, not the cape, the jacket which goes super back. The coat, it's called the coat. Yeah, it will be hidden behind his coat and only appear when it's some amazing plot twist. Like it will be one of those events like when characters who are showing chips. With some characters I did it as a theme where it's show weakness and you show chips. Or Shaun or power and you show chips. So like the strong characters will try not to show tips, but one of the weak characters will do it exactly. Also in this one, when actually I didn't do any tips for any of the characters. Was thinking about it, but I decided not to do that because I would save further with one of those characters who will try not to show his speed, to show the power. Now here drawing the Progin, yeah, sounds nice. And he is stable because he's short, he will be steady, not tail. I'm also with animal sizing, I would say it's not exactly consistent, because first of all there's an alligator baby and a full grown fox. I would say they're pretty much in the same size, but I decided to do that. I don't know, it will be something like, okay, I want to say whenever the characters have random sizing, but I don't exactly remember any of those plots. Which one you could know exactly. So you know it will be something of mine. Oh, trying to remember it. No, I don't exactly remember. Also would say there's some problem with, first of all, one of the problems would be the constantly using the background. So I would not use the background. Every time I would create a brand new background to fit the character scene. But I would say it would create the problem of continuity, because the background, with me drawing the background, it will never look the same. I cannot do the same background twice. Not like I want to do it, I just with my drawing skill right now, I cannot exactly do it. So there will be something like this continuity mistake. And plus, characters maybe will get a little bit different with tone, so that's up and that. Also, there's something I created which I was worrying about, the eye patch on Frozen eyes. So it was one of those things I was constantly worrying about, because first of all, I put his eye patch on his... If you turn this way, it will be the left eye. So I put his eye patch on the left eye, and I think in the future there's a chance I will break this rule. I don't think I could even break it already now, because it's not the first time I was drawing Frozen. Like in the first episode, Frozen appeared. I don't remember, I put his eye patch. Maybe I should bloody watch the reference and put this continuity of his carried eye patch. Or maybe I did. I don't know, I will try to put it on the left eye, but there's a chance I will not follow this continuity. So yeah, it will be minus, like, you know those guys who say, did you know in the Marvel Avengers movie, okay, the Canadian lad, like his video about the Marvel, that he is look every possible details, and he say, the characters did that, the characters did that, and the characters have this, well, this role they have, like the personality quirk or the fun fact about the object they use. Oh, the Jarvis screen, bloody hell, I like the Jarvis screen when freaking gold, I like one of those. Okay, first of all, we'll finish with the first Canadian lad. Yeah, I will never have those one moments when there's some fun facts about the creature or characters or magic object they use in the culture. Because first of all, not the one who keep the stuff and the checks. And plus, yeah, I know. Whenever I want to do something, I do it. Then I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like, so I would say with some... But for me, drawing May Dwellers, it's one of my previous videos. I did check some scientific facts about the frogs before drawing my major giant toad. But here, I didn't check any historical facts, well, biological facts, so they don't exactly follow it. Maybe there's like some fun things about alligators, like they have the... Okay, I think in the comics I said that alligators have no emotion, no anger and that stuff, while in real life they probably have some enjoy emotion and that stuff. Well, the reptilians, of course, they first of all have something like maturity instinct and mother instinct. But of course they can easily disappear with time because alligators. And well, not only well, reptiles. But also because mostly all the reptiles, or maybe just snakes, don't exactly do love, but they do affection. Like they can enjoy a person, but I don't love a person. Well, not well, yeah, enjoy. Well, I don't think it's much of the person enjoying. I think more of enjoying the situation, and situation will be really enjoyable for them. Now for this page, I decided, because Frozen was talking, I decided to put Frozen and his talk on the left, while Croki and his reaction and then the conversation on the right. And that will continue to the next page. But for next page I also did something like there will be one text bubble and a second text bubble, because I didn't want to create this line of separation. Well, actually I could create this line of separation, but again, depends, I didn't know what the size of conversation will be. You know, I didn't dare to make much. Well, because Croki is alligator, but he was teach to be Croki, or crocodile. He was offended by hearing what his father was telling, but then father excused himself by saying those alligators are not crocodiles. Croki gets an interesting word, the difference between alligator and crocodile, asked the question, but then Frozen said nothing, I don't know, no one knows. Then Fodorn actually does know, but then being shut down by the simplest hand gesture. Now that's everything I want to say for now. Now about the head display for armor for Tony suit. I bloody like head displays. I bloody like those details about scanning and analyzing and doing that stuff. Like, I like that stuff. But the same way I like it whenever in Soma with aliens, they like put the experience with aliens and then say about their biology and fun facts. I like when enemies have this special interaction with the characters where characters describe the enemies in the specific way. Also I like in the Source Book to Smash Bros whenever the snakes or Palutena guides or characters. Like I like that we see one thing on every character. Like for example in Don't Starve I like when every characters have their own opinion about this stuff. Like have this golden pickaxe with every characters, they will say everything they want to say, and plus ignoring the saying some facts about the personality. It also will be one of those interesting things I like in Borderlands 4. Like, every characters have something special to say. And plus, this still doesn't break the plots. So, for other stuff, I like that stuff. Now, for mostly of this, again, as I said earlier, I was using the same images. The problem will be revised whenever I have to make them bigger, and because, again, not the perfect liners, because, again, poor drawing skills. Well, I think it's, again, better than my last drawing skills. I mean, again, in comparison, I started while doing, you know, what every kid do whenever they, like, see an interesting image, and then trying to do something the same. This was my first attempt to art drawing. I would say it's still not perfect at this, but pretty good. Again, you can easily tell it was not the original drawing. Well, of course, not original from the original page. Like, there's sometimes people who will make a fan art which is so realistic you actually believe it was the original from the original creator of post like this. My drawings was never like this. You can easily fast tell it was not original, because most of the backgrounds, they carry the color, and then, because I usually, again, as I said earlier, scared to go super wild, the characters can have some wild antlers. Just go super long. I would usually make it pretty short. And yeah, that's one of those that I don't go wild with my drawings. Because again, mostly I'm scared it won't fit the drawing, or then I have to shrink and it will get super small. Again, shrinking is one of these problems I have right now. Well, not much of the big problem, because mostly I don't shrink much. Mostly whenever I make a character, I make it in the perfect size where you have to shrink him only like a little bit. Not like super wild. I mean, there was one mistake. Well, when I was drawing drawing your Untitled Challenge, when I was drawing a wizard and a demon, the demon was so humongous that I was shrinking him, his head was bloody. The lines on his head was almost invisible and disappear. But then, okay, I didn't say exactly wrong from this, because I don't remember me drawing any big characters like. Well, there was a witch and her warhawk. And the witch had some problem, but I have to check into that to know for sure. And for other characters, say, oh yeah, nothing much. Actually, man, I didn't do any drawing your art style change for a while. I mean, I have decided to do one, and I actually have a bloody collection of drawing your art style challenges. Like, again, whenever I see a good art style drawing your art style challenge, I freaking take a screenshot of that for drawing in the future project, put it on hold there with challenges, and then want to do them. But never. I want to do them, but still working on other of my project, because I have some project I want to do, and then get distracted by that stuff. I mean, yeah, it's the same problem which faced with maid dwellers, because I want to do them where there was a maid. Well, actually, I started to do them, there was a maid, but I was doing with my other project, which forced me to push that. And to be fair, it's not a maid right now, and it soon will be next month. But you know what, I hate deadlines, and mostly those challenges I see them as fun challenges which is not exactly determined by the months. Now coming back to the Croki talk, man, actually there's one gimmick I want to continue with mostly all of my characters. Well, not my characters, all of my characters, it's Prodin. Like, I want to give him really short arms, like it's a gimmick I want to give him. His arms will always be super thin. And plus it's also one of those reasons why I want to practice, because I want to learn how to draw characters in the thin arms, because mostly with my art style a lot of characters have super big arms, and sometimes super short and thick arms. So I want to learn how to do pretty slender arms, because first of all, it's a new possibility, and plus there's a character who I think about pretty slenderish plus Spirited Away character, which will be for my future project. Well, not exactly future, it's one. Okay, you know what, I see you and then you see it. I will tell you what it was my project. I don't mind, you probably will realize it. I mean, first of all, whenever I make my videos, I usually think about you watching my whole channel history, which I know bloody impossible. Oh, yeah, it's bloody impossible. Like, whenever I make something, I will go by present. Like, it's a history, like I'm some TV channel, and like I consider everyone to watch every of my videos. It's just bloody again impossible, because first of all, there's like different people with different interests. And plus, I'm not that interesting to freaking watch my whole videos. And plus, my early videos are freaking terrible. Well, terrible how much. I think this channel is my mistake. On this channel, well, the fact that my camera was pretty not good. My drawing skill was not good, and that's the problem with my channel. With my gameplay channel, the problem will be my audio, mic quality, my camera, and the lagging. Well, still lagging is still my bloody problem. Well, not all games lag, I would say. The GTA is one of my laggiest games, which is bloody explainable because first of all, GTA is a pretty heavy game, which is actually one of the reasons why I have some memory problem. And I started playing it and I did them to finish playing. Then there is Ticket to the Man, who's actually a nice game, who is going to fine. But say it's someone that does lag a little bit. But again, it's not so bad. Then there's Shadow Bandit, which is not exactly the laggiest game, but whenever I played this game in the front of my camera, which is my webcam, it was lagging, the camera was freaking freeze and I was in the same face position, which was hesitating because usually it was freezing when I was doing something what I consider to be funny, like my hand gesture or my face expression. But you know, when I start recording my camera of my phone, it gets a little bit better. Actually, I should actually play a little bit more Shadow Bandit. Well, not exactly, I have to stream Shadow Bandit. But man, I think making my life a bit more harder, because first of all, I have to beat this game in speedrun mode. Like, I want to speedrun this game, and I come up with a bloody new challenges, which is I bloody hate. Because I bloody played this game alone. Well, not exactly a bad thing, I mean, I have a right to play whatever I want. But I think it's stuck in this game. Like, first of all, I already beat this game in the story mode. Then I did every achievement, minus for one, it's minor madness. But I also want to try to get it in the achievements of, not in the minor madness, but in the level itself. Like, sometimes the game have a bit to reverse in the back of the saves, and that's other stuff. Bloody hell, I was talking this whole time. Okay, I take a little small break for water, because my throat is killing me. Because with one of my project I do have some little bit time to take a break, because when I was making one drawing, I have to put the drawing itself in the montaging, then montage my audio to cut whenever I stop or there was a break, because during the drawings I don't often take a break, but I don't stop recording. Like, I take a break, but I didn't stop the recording, because sometimes I forget to turn this recording on. So there was a minute of me doing nothing in the video, so I was shut up and waiting for it to disappear. And then that stuff. But for now, again, as I said earlier, I would make this video in a single drawing process, without showing off the drawings and much talking about my drawing. Because again, I expect you to go watch in the link down description. I will put the link down description to the whole scene. Of course, don't expect much, because first of all, again, as I said earlier, drawings of these comics come randomly. Sometimes have the mood, sometimes don't have it. But mostly, and I think whenever I'm making these comics, I think it's more fair to make this comic, because first of all, it's comics I'm making, and I cannot just give up on it. I will not say I'm sick of this comic, because first of all, I don't work enough on this comics to be sick of it. And I will not say it's a bad comics. Well, again, it's newbie comics, because it's made by the guy who never made comics in his entire life. Well, any serious comics, like it's simple webtoons, like, you know. Then you can just put anything on webtoons, and you just make a very simple comics about random stuff. So it's this. It's exactly this. Random stuff you see on webtoons about the characters who belong to the different series. Which is also really shocked me, because first of all, I don't know, I will see webtoons as something more serious, like, you know, which obey copyright laws. But there was a comics about so many characters who from a different series who by copyright law not supposed to be there. But then I bloody just realized that webtoons is not exactly selling those comics. Those comics are free. Of course you can make money of it. Not exactly know how it works, but I would say maybe just like YouTube, like they will put ads in the comics and then you get a little bit of ad revenue. If I'm right, if I'm wrong, I don't know. Or maybe Patreon. Although Patreon is also kinda weird, because first of all, people pay to see it. But still don't know. I mean, I saw people sell pins with characters who again does obey the copyright laws. It just again, so confusing with copyright laws. Again, I guess in website where money don't earn, when you don't sell exactly stuff, like on YouTube you don't exactly sell stuff, but you get the money, but it's because of the ads. Or webtoons, again the ads. Or Crunch, itch.io. There's freaking game about Garfield and Undertale, which is again two rules of copyright law in the same place. But again, game free. But people can tip you for this game, so maybe I guess Whenever you don't exactly sell the copy, but you do something else or something different, and like, I'm freaking confused with this law. So freaking much. Like, it's one of those laws which is super confusing for me. Again, first of all, like, I don't want to get myself in trouble because of these rules, because mostly I do have a Patreon where I put like early access to the episodes of this Croki, to that stuff. But again, it's more of the early access to my drawings in general. But again, it's well, not exactly like maybe freaking putting the whole episode of the Loki series in there, but it's a drawing of something that doesn't belong exactly to me. Yeah, I don't know, it's confusion, and you know what, if I get in trouble, I will simply, will not play dumb, I will just accept that I was wrong, and then do whatever I can for apologizing. Like, it's even when I don't exactly put, well, yeah, it's something like this. And for other stuff, man, for other stuff I don't even know. I should probably not lift my arms because I'm freaking sweaty a lot. Well, now you know that I'm sweaty right now. And plus, it's not exactly the best short for sweating because this short freaking cannot survive my sweat at all. Like, it's freaking will get stinky up as hell. That's why I actually have a lot of deodorant. Okay, so now here's come the part with him twisting his arm like this. Originally I was thinking about the gest of him cutting the throat. But it's look more like, nah, don't talk about this. But you know what, I don't mind that. And, okay, not much to say now actually. Because I think I'm freaking out of conversation like what I can use for now. Oh man, it's pretty hot. It feels nice in my throat. Like again today I've been talking freaking ton. You know, it's one of those problems, okay. Like, as a content creator, see me need to talk a lot. Because it's what content creators do. But when I have opportunity to talk a lot without breaks, there's no need to me shutting the hell up. I will bloody use this talk a lot in such a long way. Sometimes I don't even have stuff to talk about. I just will freaking say the obvious thing. I think the nice example of this will be something that you see for now. Like in video games, there's some moment when I have not much to say because nothing much is happening on my screen. So I just bloody start commenting on the stuff I'm doing. Like, I jump and move in the rocks. I would bloody start that kind of conversation in my video game footage. Which is bloody annoying because I will talk the whole hours. Also whenever I'm streaming. Like when I stream, expect me to freaking never shut up. Like I will talk until the stream ends. Which first of all, it's really bad for my throat. And plus I usually stream for 2 hours. So expect a freaking 2-hour conversation. With guy, it's not even much of a conversation. I just comment about the game or what I want to say about what's happening right now. At first of all, people don't ask me questions, donate. Okay, for now I'm streaming on YouTube, so there's not much donation there. So that's like the stuff. No donation, not much of conversation, just one guy talking about his experience and his that stuff. And whatever happening on the screen, and sometimes commenting on what characters have to say. So give me a moment, I have to take a break. And I'm such motor talker, which would be a nice quality if I was talking about something amazing. Not I'm just talking about random stuff. Now here I will also remove the finger to create a detect for this finger, which is slowly fall down. I think I should make it more realistic. I will know it's a comic. It's not supposed to be really realistic. Also, man, I just realized that I didn't put the new. Okay, so whenever I create the episodes, whenever I create some episodes, the pages, I put them on Patreon, so you can watch them earlier for, I think, $3 or maybe $4. I don't exactly remember because I just put it there and don't even process the information. Why the hell I need to put it right now? Because first of all, soon it will go on YouTube, so it will not already be early access. Well, maybe there will be plus 2 days for that stuff and other stuff. So, man, okay. I would say I have sometimes problem and I forget to put stuff. Usually, when I make the drawings, I put it on Patreon. Okay, sometimes forget and remember on the next day. But then it's a last time I was working on the project, it gets a little bit problematic because on the next day I already will montage it and put it on YouTube. Which is already not on early access because it's already on YouTube. So that's mean I kind of the early pages it's on possibility for you to watch, while the latest pages is already no. Which is again I see as something problematic. Okay, well, because first of all, between uploading I will also check this video, do that stuff, and no. But again, 1 day delay, it's like see early on 1 day, it's like super, well, okay, sometimes I see it as okay, sometimes I not okay. Because first of all, it's still earlier than 1 day, like, okay, first of all, when I was looking my video footage, like I also get early access to my video, well, again on Patreon, because I don't have YouTube early access, so how you call it? Okay, YouTube also have this feature when you can, the Prime member have the early access or watch the video which is not on your YouTube channel. Which also work with games, like the games do exactly also that stuff. Which is again, I think I just copyright law. Well, actually, I think it's copyright law. It's not exactly like it's selling game itself. It's footage of the game, which you play in the game and you play a bit different than other people, and usually people who make games okay with this stuff because first of all, you will not play or do whatever you want to do with this game. So forcing people to play the game in the way they want, so they want to get the game. And sometimes you don't do 100% while other people do 100%. And if you do 100% like me, I do 100%, you will give the lesson to people to do this 100%. Of course, with lessons, it's not my expertise because I usually watch the lesson themselves to get 100%. You know, maybe it's like a little bit dominant effect when one guy teach me, I teach the other guy, the guy, if he was playing, will also record and then teach the second guy. It must depends on how interesting you are. Well, I'm not very interesting. Again, because first of all, my subscribers, first of all, on this channel, most of my subscribers came because of my early career, because this channel originally was the channel for my every stuff. Like there was a video I was putting for moments from cartoons, gameplay. Okay, how much gameplay? Was I putting gameplays here? When I was just putting moments from cartoons. Okay, no, I was putting moments from cartoons and for gameplays it was a little bit late. I mean, I want to play games, but I was just waiting and learning how to do it perfectly. But then I decided to rebrand myself a little bit and create other 2 channels. Like channels with cartoons moments which is exist still now, but I want to rebrand it to reaction channel right now. So most of half of subscribers came from there because of this. Okay, but regretting, but slowly losing subscribers. Again, mostly on this channel, like there's 0. Well, okay, sometimes dependable. When I'm making another stuff they like, they freaking like it. But then saying about the activity, not big activity. Like again, watch my videos, check the likes and that stuff. Like not much, no comments and that stuff. People watching, but again, I think it's mostly random use. And I'm slowly kind of losing subscribers on this channel, which is again understandable. People come here because I was posting moments on cartoons and now I'm not doing this anymore. It's understandable, and I was expecting this, and you know, it's a choice I don't regret because again, I know a different guy who's doing a different content. Okay, not much as different guys because first of all, I didn't like delete those videos. I make a different channel for those videos and push them there. So they belong there now. Against there, I found the moments. And I stopped doing it because I did it for a while, but then got a little bit bored of this because it's not that much interesting. So I rebranded this channel to reaction because I consider reaction a bit more interesting, because there I can express myself, talk a little bit, and then do a little bit more stuff. And it's still basically, actually, I think it's still uploading moments from cartoons, but now it's actually, well, not cartoons, the YouTubers. It's a reaction channel for YouTubers. Also, maybe we'll react to cartoons in the future, but that I still. First of all, I want to do it legally, so like an official website like Netflix, Disney Plus, and that stuff. Because first of all, again, I know there's possibility to do it not legally, but I don't want to bloody do this because I want to do fair square. So I kind of think about what I should react in the way which is will be nice. Again, don't give your hopes up because I'm not saying I will do this. I mean, I want to do this, but it's not exactly a project which come later. Maybe it will come in the future. Then I'm a little bit more popular with that stuff and that stuff. And plus, I tried to figure out how to do this. I think about like putting the full episode, but with cuts. Like, you know, like YouTubers put cuts and then say, on my Patreon you can watch without cuts, but again without the video, we have to line up the timer, which is also one of the things I do. But I want to think about there will be a timer, and there will be mods from cartoons, but there will still be a timer. So it will be the full episodes with moments of separated stuff, but whenever there's an image, it will disappear, timer, and we will watch it together. On my Patreon account, you will see the early access, but on YouTube, no cut version. Again, not the full with the cartoon itself, like cartoon will be with moments. Okay, not it's pretty hard to explain, because again, I'm not good at explaining. You know, when I do it, you will see how I will do this. Actually, I can even practice now, because I know one YouTuber who I want to react to, but he's not a big fan of people react to his content. Well, again, the full episode, like when we put the full video, he's not like this. So like there's a guy who will react to his content, but to not insult the guy, he just put only his reaction and then only his reaction, like so you were forced to line up the video together. Because soon after one guy just re-upload the video, which is freaking disrespect. First of all, he's like upload the video of the guy who was doing the reaction, and the video is still there, so it's like a video which still exists in a different form, but it's still a video which exists. And he took a video of different guy to put it on top. Or maybe he just recorded the previous video and then put it in archive, or how you say it? Archive? Yeah, archive. Something like this. Again, now my gaming channel. My gaming channel have only one subscriber who's I think came for Shadow Bandit. But for now I'm still have him, but again, actually man, I'm bloody lucky that I have some subscribers. But again, I like, okay, when I was young I was pretty emotional with my subscribers. Nowadays I more excited for people not watching my videos, which is again would say nice quality, because I can get disappointed, and over here I can know the quality of my content. Okay, I will not say my content like full-time crap, but let's say how some people will not enjoy it, because it's just people nature, like people will not enjoy everything you make. Like we have different standards, different tastes, and and that stuff. All that stuff. Okay, so yeah. Okay, maybe this channel, maybe. Okay, so there's like Bob, the guy who. Okay, Google a Venomized Hero Academia. The guy who make the video. I can't forget his name because it's not simple to memorize in my head, so I have to watch to know. I wish to make the video almost like him, but he make a video. He like a script. He read by the script. Then he just put the video on the speed of the script to make it nice. While I just create a video, put the video on the moment rolling, and I just watching the video of me making the drawing projects. Which first of all can take times, and I usually don't write the script because I just think I will memorize the times. Okay, no, I actually did write the script one time, but it's not much of scripts, it's more of the talking point. Like on the note of my phone, I put a bunch of talking points, and then trying to go by them. Of course, some points were forgotten, some points were accepted, but again, I will not write the full-time script. Because first of all, I'm not good at script because I'm bad at writing, and I will just write simple talk and that stuff. So not much of the script guy. I usually prefer long conversation, not because it's better, but simple for me, and doing that stuff, that stuff. Now for rest. Well, yeah, because again, his video is nice because he writes the script. My video is just random conversation, I put my face down there. And also, my drawing process itself not exactly the best drawing process there is. Again, it's one of those reasons which is, again, I'm newbie at this stuff. I mean, again, getting better, learning new tricks. Okay, now here comes the part of the legs, which is not the best leg I did. I will slice it in the way which is still noticeable, but not that noticeable. Okay, now, while saying that how I want to see my gaming, my drawing channel, or said how I want to see my gameplay channel, because I think I'm pretty fine with the way my gameplay channel is now. Of course, maybe better audio quality or better gameplay footage, but for now I'm bloody happy with the way it's turned down. Reaction channel as well. Of course, there's like moments when I actually know the channel, the reaction channel. I wish I put my reaction box. Like I think with my reaction, first of all, my camera angle is almost every time is different. Well, not like super different, but it's a bit more different. So there's sometimes more stuff you can see, more stuff less stuff you can see. And then there's the reaction box, which is I usually put it just at random size and random place. Most I'm trying to put it on the chair, which is I think you can still see like a little bit of chair. I usually put it on this chair, like it's my reference where I have to put my reaction box. And sometimes it can cut my face, but mostly I think whenever I react to stuff I usually try to twist my way this way, so usually it just cuts in my shoulder but never my head. Of course sometimes I will turn my head to this place, which is first of all back for my mic because it's not good to catch an audio over here, and also cuts in my face in the reaction, but I think the reaction I usually just go this way. Okay, so now there will be jokes about, well, like it's a joke you will see on comics. Well, actually you could see a little bit text box over there because I was trying to borrow colors, which is again one of those tricks which I do to keep continuity, at some point as much as I can. We'll create the background, cut the what I don't need, and for other stuff, man, I already don't know what to say. I'll be talking for this whole video. Of course there was a breaks, but again those breaks were pretty short. Okay, not much to say. I mean, bloody no, don't know. Well, now I'm doing myself because again it's a gimmick, it's a gag which I do. Well, not much the gag. I think the gag is more of the opening. It's more of my ending. Whenever I will do a random drawing of myself. Now this one will be combination of the fact that Croki didn't appear for a bloody long time, and then we go back to my grave because I think most of the gags, mostly for this stuff, I want to draw my characters in the oldish / a dying way because of the Croki not recent uploadings. So yeah, pretty much for this one I just came randomly with my thoughts. Okay, so there's the stuff which I wanted to do, like the gimmick. Like whenever first of all, the gimmick whenever I introduce myself, hello people of YouTube and the internet, it's ChipGP. Like I usually do this constantly. Originally I was doing something hello and then saying who is related to what I'm doing right now. Like my gamers, my colors, reactors and that stuff. I want to do it originally, but saying hello people with on the internet, it's stick to me. I like doing this. And the latest gimmick is me saying goodbye, and I usually say goodbye in different ways. That's one of those easy gimmicks. But then there's complicated gimmicks, which is, I would say, complicated gimmicks is gimmicks whenever I have to come up with something original. Like in every of my videos, it's not video of reaction channel. I'm trying to put some original comment. It's just again find it hard because I don't want to repeat myself and doing that stuff. But I usually try to put on the top before my recommendation to my social media and other two channels. I try to put this funny conversation box. Then with my reaction channel, whenever there's a react to more than one video, between my break between the videos, with my thoughts, I put some random comments as well, and usually saying the final thoughts at the end. Oh, you will get it if you watch my reaction channel, which you probably will do. And then for gimmicks, original gimmicks, I also want to do a funny comment on the channel information, which I was doing every month, but then slowly forgot about this and just put my which channel it is and that stuff, because it's more easier to put a box in every video information. Okay, so now the video actually over and I'm talking about random stuff. So on this note, it was hard to make it this episode. It took a bunch of days. But of course, not a bunch of days. It's take a couple of days and plus the breaks I was taking to make another video, so they can just simple breaks between my videos to spend time, personal times. Now for that stuff. I will continue making Croki, but again, not instantly. I will take some breaks, day off before Croki, maybe even months, because first of all, it's been months before previous upload and that upload, so it's like random. Like, it will be making, so that stuff. But for now, go to my social media, go to my Patreon, my other two channels, my social media, and mostly support me in every way you can, if you want to. If you don't want to support me, don't support me. I'm okay with that stuff. And for other stuff, I bloody need a break and give my voice a relaxation. So I would say, have a nice, wonderful day. Roll the end screen.